Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been late in putting this through because in Durban we are having the most glorious weather, and after 3 years of being unable to walk or battling to walk, I've finally been able to return to my love of swimming, which is so beautiful and it's harmonizing and very good for the soul. It's always been my way of relaxation, and it's actually been doing me the world of good. So if any of you are in a hot dry climate, I suggest taking time out and do a bit of swimming. I'm going to read today from the Spiritual Unfoldments 3, chapter 2, page 11. When you have set your feet upon the divine path. The prayer is lovely. We wait in stillness of the Spirit to receive the spiritual outpouring from the centers of love, wisdom, and power. We resign ourselves to the light of Christ. When a soul is, we all go through our trials and tribulations when we're first born, and we go through our childhood years. I was very blessed. I had a very happy childhood. But then some stage or other we start searching for the truth and what is our purpose of being here, and what are we going to do with this life. So White Eagle explains it so beautifully when he says on page 14, when the pupil first sets forth out on the path he loves, he wants to offer himself to service. Now, every spiritual art is developed and strengthened by service. The very love which causes a man to want to give, to serve God and his fellows, is, as it were, the sparkling plug which sets the soul alight. Love is the key to the whole of life. Love is the life-giving creative power. Wholehearted desire to develop his spiritual powers so that the light of the great white spirit may shine through him to serve mankind is the most beautiful state of mind for man to achieve. All gifts of the spirit can be of the greatest service to humanity and can be embodied in one word: healing. If, for instance, you develop clairvoyance or clear seeing, it really means that you develop the gift of seeing into the innermost part of all life, into the innermost center of the spirit of your brother man, into the center and the beginning of life. God, the Alpha Omega. Once you have made this contact, if only a flash, you are henceforth a channel, for you have opened the way for creative power and light to flow into you. True spiritual development comes from within you, from the Spirit, from the jewel within the lotus of the heart. When that jewel, which is the Christ Spirit, the tiny seed of God, life planted into you, starts to develop, your whole being in time becomes flooded with light. And this brings a healing power which will radiate from you wherever you go. Sometimes it seems, when you've set your foot on the spiritual path, that you immediately encounter every possible difficulty and frustration. What are you going to do? Are you going to kick out? Are you going to turn and run? Or are you going to deal with every frustration which arises sensibly and by the light of Christ in you? We are talking to you in our own language, but we are speaking the truth. People so often say, "Oh, White Eagle, what's going to happen to me? What have I done to deserve this?" We hear and understand the human cry. Beloved children, we can only assure you that what seems to be a tragedy will eventually reveal itself as a wonderful opportunity for you to learn and to develop those spiritual faculties which will eventually remove you from all the anguish, the frustration, the hurts, and disappointments of physical life. A soul can only learn these lessons through life on earth. You have to learn to accept what is given to you to bring forth the God in you. So you deal with life in a godly way. And remember, the angels are ever ready to help you. We hold before you the life of the Master Jesus. Such a simple, pure, holy life. A demonstration of how life ought to be lived in the physical body. A life of sacrifice and service. A life of love. But a life in which he had to be so strong. Don't think that to love means to be easygoing and soft. No. There are times when you have to grip a situation with courage and determination, and with trust and faith in the great white spirit. And as you do these things, really living the life, so you are developing your spiritual gifts, and so you will become a perfect seer, a perfect listener, a perfect server. May the great white spirit bless all and give you peace. And believe me, that's why I mentioned about my 3 years without being able to have much mobility, and how I've overcome that. And yes, I often cried out to White Eagle and the Spirit and God to help me through it. And all praise to them. I've managed to pull through and regain my independence. So really, that is it. This reading actually is exactly what I've been through and experienced and grown through it. So yes, have faith, love, and you will get the wisdom and the power to deal with whatever comes your pathway. Have an awesome day, everybody. God bless.